Tyrone v Cavan I think it stands out as a really interesting game. Yeah, at first glance, it looks like a really tough match for Cavan, especially as they've struggled, and they also lost by, I think it was 7 points to Tyrone in the Ulster Championship. But I think it might be a little closer than perhaps we think, or the odds suggest.
So sticking with this group, then we'll move on to Donegal and Mayo. Again, everything on the line of this one, with both on 2 points. I'd be slightly veering just towards Donegal. I just think as you've mentioned, the attacks, I think Donegal slightly just have that better attack, but I think there will be a tight game. I wouldn't be surprised if Mayo came out victorious, but I'd be tipping Donegal in this one. Kerry and Meath look like they're battling it out for top spot.
Well, I'd agree. I think it's one of those games that I agree with you, Kerry are probably going to win. It's a problem because these games always seem a little bit tight. So obviously they operate at slightly different levels. Like you say, Kerry have been all conquering. You look at them; they've obviously won the Division 1 final. Beat Clare comfortably to win the Munster title. So they seem to be a slight cut. But we've got to remember that Meath ended Dublin's dominance in Leinster.
Roscommon and Cork.
Yep.
Very tight. Even I don't think the bookmakers can split them either. Neither have a win yet, but both are actually playing decent, and you'd think they just come up against strong Kerry and Meath teams now. They have a better chance against one another, and it's sort of winning your true, losing your gun sort of game. Start with maybe Dublin versus Derry. Sort of a battle again, like the one we've just mentioned, who's going to go through. And
you're right, they've had a really difficult season. They were relatively competitive in the National League, but still finished fifth. And obviously, like you say, the defeat to Meath ended that run of dominance. That might probably have an effect on the team, certainly their confidence. So like on paper, you would think they'd be, obviously they are favourites, you'd think they'd have the edge over Derry. They've had a really difficult year, relegated from Division 1, and they haven't won at all in the group stage. Also, they lost in the Ulster preliminary against Donegal, so they've had a really tough year, and it's hard to see where they're going to get the confidence for a win from. Last but not least, to Galway v Armagh. I don't know what your thoughts are on this one.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Armagh have their 2 wins out of 2 now, so they're on 4 points. They're already through, so top spot's still there for them, but we might still see them rest a couple of players, and even if they don't, psychologically they know they're through. They mightn't be going full out in this one, whereas Galway have everything to play for, need to kind of win if they want to get into the knockout stages. And as you say, they've got Shane Walsh back now. He's played the last